Sweater weather. Is it sweater weather where you are? It is today where we live. Today I am so bundled up and it feels so good because it is cold and even rainy outside. When the weather turns cold, especially as we move into winter, one of my favorite outfit formulas is just a good pair of jeans and a sweater. So today I've got 4 big tips to share with you as we move towards that sweater and jean outfit on repeat. I'm styling 4 pairs of jeans and 4 sweaters different ways. We're going to talk necklines and lengths and styling tips. You don't want to miss this as we move into sweater weather. Hello ladies and welcome to today's video. My name is Kay and you know this is Dress for My Day. I show up here every Wednesday to encourage women over 50 to keep getting dressed for our day in a way that feels comfortable to us. I mean, ladies, I think we should feel comfortable, right? That's okay, we've earned that. We do want to feel comfortable and cozy, especially as we move into winter, but we also want to look a little polished and pulled together. You know, when we put our best foot forward, even if we're at home, I think it is so important. Not only does it say to the people around us, even those in our home, that we value them, but it also says that we value ourselves and that we still think that we have a reason to show up. Now, I do love to wear a sweater and a good pair of jeans during the late fall as we're really having these cold days, and even into winter, of course. That just becomes my default outfit. But you know, we don't want to just phone it in. We don't want to just pull up our jeans, pull down our sweater and say we're done. There are some other things that we need to consider. I'm going to give you 4 broad considerations. Really, they're really important, big keys. And as we look through these 4 sweater and jean outfits, I'm going to talk through the finer details, those styling points. And I think these are things you're going to want to really think about as you assess your own closet and then putting together your own sweater and jean looks for the fall and winter. I did want to go ahead though and give you an update. It had occurred to me that I kind of ghosted you on something. You know, about a month and a half ago, I think it is now, I did have eye surgery. I did have to have a laser eye surgery. What that did was it prevented a type of glaucoma. It's a sudden onset glaucoma that can occur, especially if you have narrow angles. And I was diagnosed with those narrow angles first by my optometrist and then my ophthalmologist. He concurred that I did indeed have narrow angles, and he suggested that I get a laser iridotomy. I think that's how you say it. So it's a laser surgery, and fortunately, so many of you are here, and so many of my blog readers and email subscribers messaged me and said, hey Kay, I had the same procedure. It was really a piece of cake. It was not bad at all, and it was successful. And guess what? Mine was too. It was not bad at all. I told my doctor, who I absolutely love, by the way, I told him, I said, the surgery was even less, invasive than I had imagined, and you did great. The biggest problem was me. Me and my nerves and my anxiety. That was the bigger problem. So it really went really well, and I'm so grateful that he said it is successful, and so I don't have to worry about that risk, that high risk for that kind of glaucoma anymore. So that's really good. You know, finding the right doctor was so important for this because these are my eyes we're talking about. And you know how that is when you have, whether it's just a concern that you have going on or you have a procedure that you need to have done, finding the right doctor for you personally is so important. And that brings me to our sponsor today. Our sponsor is ZocDoc, and they are a free website that helps you find the doctor that is the best fit for you, one that's in your network, your insurance network, also of course close by and has availability. When you work with ZocDoc to find your healthcare provider, I think it really gives you a leg up on finding that doctor that is just right for you. They have detailed doctor profiles, and they also have tons of verified patient reviews that are going to help you get a feel for that doctor, their practice, and the office protocols before you ever go there. You'll go to the ZocDoc website, you'll enter the information you want to, whether it's your location, the kind of doctor you're looking for, your insurance. Then you'll actually be able to see the doctor's real-time availability and make your appointment appointment accordingly. ZocDoc appointments also happen really fast, usually within 24 to 72 hours, and sometimes you can even schedule same-day appointments. You don't have to talk to anyone, just a few clicks on your computer or your phone. It's also not just for one type of care, not just ophthalmologists, not just general practitioners. ZocDoc has more than 100,000 healthcare providers nationwide who specialize in skin care to eye care, mental health to dental health. ZocDoc really is the one-stop shop for all your healthcare needs, and it's absolutely free and so easy. So don't put off another day taking care of your own healthcare concerns. Today, go to the link that's below in the description box. It's ZocDoc.com/KAYHARMS and make an appointment today with a top-rated healthcare provider in the area that you need. So thank you so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring today's sweater weather video, and let's move on to those 4 big tips that are going to help us put together great sweater and jean outfits this fall and winter. Big tip number 1 is it begins at the foundation. You know, really every outfit begins with foundations, doesn't it? And you know what I'm talking about, right? Those undies. But when it comes to a sweater, especially one that's going to fit close to your body, a good bra is all the more necessary. Look for a bra, though, of course, that fits your needs. We're all different in that area, but the main point, ladies, it is a good sweater outfit really does begin with foundations, and there's just no substitute for that. The number 2 key that I find is really important to me as I am putting together sweaters and jeans specifically is color combinations, or more importantly, probably intensity combinations. You may want to go back and visit this video that I'm going to link here, and I'll show you over here about the importance of figuring in your personal contrast and intensity and then duplicating that in your outfit. And I have found that especially when you're putting together an outfit that's just jeans and a sweater and maybe a few other little things here and there, it really is important that we get that right, and those are going to create the best outfits. So watch for that as I show you these outfits. You're going to see that I keep my contrast and intensity usually fairly minimal. It just works best for me. If you don't know your contrast and intensity, or you're just kind of wondering what to do, remember you can always go with medium contrast and intensity, and you're going to be fine. But the closer you get to reflecting your personal contrast and intensity, the more of a winner that outfit's going to be. The third key that we're going to look at throughout these outfits is proportions. You know, proportions are just so important. Now, every once in a while, I just kind of throw them to the wind, like who cares? But if you really want to look sharp, pulled together, polished, you want to look your really best, then you are going to want to pay attention to proportions. Ideally, we are trying with a sweater and jeans outfit, okay, with a sweater and jeans outfit, we are ideally trying to get 1/3 of your visually, your outfit up top and 2/3 down below. That's generally, okay, unless you're wearing like a long cardigan, then things change or something. But with pullover sweaters that we're showing today, you generally want 1/3 up top, 2/3 down below. And if you'll just keep that in mind, whether you're going to see what I'm talking about, because it depends on how long the jeans are, how long the sweater is, and also the neckline. And for that reason, I'm going to show you 4 different necklines today as we go. And then the 4th key really is styling. You know, I always say, don't just wear a sweater, style a sweater. There's a big difference. And yet, it's very subtle and it really doesn't take that much effort and time. So of course, I'll be walking us through a few style hacks, style tips as we go. Let's look at that first outfit. In the first outfit, I thought, well, you know what? Maybe for a few of my viewers, it may not be sweater weather. And maybe you wish it was, but it really isn't. So here's what you could do though, is you could wear a sweater vest. So one option I am showing, and it is a V-neck. I have another V-neck too, but this just happens to be a V-neck. It is just though a sweater vest. So you could do this same look with any sweater vest. Now what I've done first is I've created an outfit with just the vest and jeans. These jeans are an ankle length kind of a wide, a kind of a slim wide jean. They're by Madewell. And I've put a nice chocolate brown sweater vest that I got in the Nordstrom anniversary sale over that. So it's kind of a drop shoulder. I really like that effect. It's not just high up on my shoulder, really pretty dark chocolate brown. Now you'll notice though that that sweater is kind of long, and especially because these are ankle length, cropped length jeans. If I leave that sweater out, then I've got those really bad proportions. So we're going to need to tuck that sweater in, at least a little, what I'd call a gentle tuck or a partial tuck. I'm just going to tuck it a little bit in the front there partially, and then just kind of let it overlap over my waistband. I decided here not to add a belt because I didn't want to add bulk to that area because it's already kind of hanging out there, and that's just going to add more bulk. So I just didn't do that, but it already changes the look of this jeans and sweater outfit. Now I am here wearing ballet flats. I thought, hey, if it's not sweater weather, it's probably also not boot weather. So ballet flats are a great option with your sweater and jeans outfit, especially if you're wearing an ankle length jean. Other options, of course, would include loafers and sneakers, depending on the vibe that you are wanting to create. If you do want to add a jacket, let's say you're going out, it's a little cool, not really cold, but it's cool enough, then you could add this little barn jacket. This is from J. Crew. Hey, and by the way, you know, I'm going to link you everything I possibly can right here in the YouTube links, and anything that's not available through these YouTube links, I will link in the description box below. But this little jacket from J. Crew is a really sweet one. It is kind of like dark green army or olive green, but it has a brown corduroy collar. So I think it works really nicely. It's just a little bit of juxtaposition with this outfit. Works really great. But another thing you could do, of course, with a sweater vest, once it does get a little chillier, or maybe you just don't want to wear it by itself like that, is to put a lightweight button-up shirt underneath it. So here I've got my white, I think this is my Citizens of Humanity white button-up shirt that I'm wearing under the vest at this point. Works the same way. I went ahead and tucked in the shirt all the way around, gave the sweater a little gentle front tuck, let it lap over the waistband there, and you can just see how much better those proportions are. Now remember, of course, these jeans cut me off at the ankle visually, so that's the reason why you really want to lift that up. These are a nice high waist jean, however. All of my jeans, by the way, are high waist. That's just because that works best for my personal proportions, and so that's what's in my closet. But if you are wearing a lower waistband, then you might definitely even need to tuck that shirt in a little bit more than that to achieve those good proportions. Just really depends on your personal proportions as you're working with the garments. Again, you could put that jacket right back over that. I've added a green bag in a different green just for a little bit of variance. This is a Nubuck bag from Michael Kors in that green, so really fun little contrast there. So that's the first outfit. I think the main takeaways here are we've really looked at the proportions, we've taken care of them with the little front tuck, we've added some interest with that white shirt if we want to do that. Of course, we've added a jacket. Throughout all these outfits, I am adding that completer piece or even a coat, just so you can see how I go about doing that also. Our next outfit utilizes a crew neck sweater, and then I'm wearing it over some Paige full length wide leg jeans. These are their Sasha jeans. I love these. They fit so great. I do usually size up one size in these for a really nice fit, and I love this gray wash. I love a gray jean for fall and winter, but let's see what we do with this. So we start off with the sweater. I went ahead and added a crew neck t-shirt under the sweater. I mean, that's just one of those style hacks. I know you've probably heard it over and over now, but it's just a smart idea. Not only does it add some warmth, of course, but it also just adds some interest up around the collar, and then some earrings. I think some good bold earrings are really important here. I finished the look with booties that are in a similar color, not exactly the same, but a similar color to the sweater. They're a kind of a soft camel color, and they are also by Michael Kors. A really nice little slip-on booty, and they slip off so easily too. Really great booty. So I love the way that color combination, you'll notice it is all in the same intensity level. So just really minimal to no contrast and intensity in this look. Now, because this sweater is a little shorter, it's not cropped, it's not like really, really short, but it just covers my waistband on these high-rise jeans, I do not need to tuck the shirt. So I did tuck in the t-shirt all the way around, and I just left the sweater out. There was just really no need to tuck it or add a belt. You certainly could add a belt if you wanted to, but I was kind of like, what belt would I add? So I didn't really have the belt that I wanted. You know, if you added a black belt or even a dark brown here, it's going to draw a lot of attention to your middle in this gray and oatmeal beige kind of outfit. So that just didn't seem like the right thing to do. And so, you know, it's something to think about too as you're purchasing pieces. If you purchase a sweater that is short like this one, then you don't have to tuck it. And that just kind of takes that step out of the equation. Again, I did push up my sleeves a little bit. And remember to start at the top and pull those sleeves up, not at the bottom. You don't want them all just scrunched up down there at the wrist. You want things pulled up around your upper arm also. So pull those sleeves up for a little bit of interest as long as it's not too cold. Add some jewelry, of course. Like I said, those big earrings. I've bookended the look once again with the boots and the sweater in the same color. And this time I've added a coat. This is a really pretty double-faced wool coat from Quince last year. Not sure if it's still available, but I'll link to it if it is because I love this coat. It's in a very similar color to the sweater, so it works so beautifully. And I'll be wearing this combination so many times this fall and winter. It's just one of my favorite, very easy on the eyes looks. For our third outfit, I actually diverged a little bit from these kind of everyday looks, and I've created a date night look with a sweater and jeans. Thought this would be fun, so I'm using a V-neck cashmere sweater from Talbots. This is their black V-neck cashmere sweater. Now you may notice right off the bat, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but these jeans are bedazzled, yeah. And actually bedazzled jeans like this are really in style, especially of course as we're approaching the holidays. Now for me, I don't wear these probably all the time, but for a date night or a party or during the holidays, yes, during the holidays, like during December, I would even wear these to lunch or to brunch or whatever. I just think it's so fun to dress up a little bit throughout the holidays, and those are fast approaching. So since I love these bedazzled jeans so much, I thought, well, let's create a date night look. So I have bookended this outfit with some black sock booties from Ally, which I absolutely love. And of course, you can use my coupon code KBOOTS for $50 off of those if they are your first boots or booties to get from Ally. Okay, now this is a V-neck sweater, of course, and look how long that thing is. It is a long sweater. You leave that down. Now, at least it's a V-neck. If it were a turtleneck, just think how long that would be. But it is a V-neck, so that helps a little bit, but it's still long. And so we definitely need to tuck in that sweater. So I just gave it a gentle front tuck once again, just a little bit of a front tuck. I did let it lap out a little bit, but I did go ahead and add a belt. I thought, you know, for a date night, you're trying to soup this outfit up a little bit. Let's add some hardware. So I've added a nice black belt with some pretty significant hardware there, which is really in style right now. So that's a lot of fun. And this is a date night. So let's go big or go home. And we don't want to go home. We want to go on our date night. And ladies, you know what? Even at our age, it is certainly a good thing to occasionally get dressed up for a date night, to do something a little special. And I think a black sweater and blue jeans is such a good, easy option. However, I don't know about you, but for me, pairing black with blue jeans can be a little tricky. And I think I've learned the key to it. I do not like black sweaters or black tops or whatever with really navy jeans, like a dark wash, you know, navy type jean. I think black looks best with a bright blue jean like this one. So something really, you know, bright, kind of almost like just a true blue, I think looks really nice with black. I also do think lighter washes look good with black, but you may not be wearing that as much during the winter time. I think something really like this, just that medium blue, but a kind of a cheerful bright blue looks really good with black. So that's just a good little color pointer if you do want to wear black. Of course, I've added some jewelry in my neckline here. I am wearing the same little necklace I'm wearing right now. Actually, it's by Electric Picks, and I can link that for you. And also I think the earrings and the bracelet are also by Electric Pix here. Now here is the big finale to that. I added a really pretty faux leopard coat here. Oh my goodness, this little coat by Apparis is just absolutely gorgeous. They gifted me this so I could share it with you. And I tell you what, if you are in the market for a pretty faux fur that really is a great quality, it feels so good on, it's soft and silky, it is absolutely gorgeous. I definitely encourage you to check out Apparis is their name, Apparis. I'll give you a link, of course, for that, but it is a great little jacket, and it's just fun. You know, I think we all should have a fun jacket like this in our wardrobe so that we can wear them for something like a date night or a party. It just makes life a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting. So don't be afraid to do that. I also am carrying a black clutch here, so just something a little different for that special night out. And the final sweater that we are styling is a turtleneck cashmere sweater. And then the final jeans that we are doing, they are corduroy jeans. They're by Spanx, and they are an ankle length straight leg jeans. So we're kind of doing all the lengths and all the different silhouettes. Now I am still wearing a bootie here. You may want to know about that is that yes, this is an ankle length jean and I'm able to wear a bootie, but that's only because those booties go up under those jeans. That shaft of that bootie needs to fit up under those jeans really nicely. Now I was going to wear my heeled booties, but I thought, you know what, let's tone this down and kind of make it a little bit more everyday. Kind of to fit the day that I'm having here. It's kind of messy. We've got to get out in a little while and go do some things. This is definitely the kind of outfit that I would love to wear. Now, once again, that top is long, and look, this is a turtleneck. So that's a long ways from the top of that turtleneck, which by the way, I rolled in instead of out. That's just kind of what I like to do. All the way down to the bottom, that's a long ways. It's basically going to cut you in half because these are ankle length. Now the fact that I've added a bootie in the same color as the jean, that definitely helps with those proportions. It elongates the leg there, so that's helpful. But for this one, I decided, you know what, let's go all the way here and let's tuck that shirt in, that sweater in all the way around. Just kind of treat it like a top. It's a pretty thin cashmere sweater, so it works that way. And I've got these jeans are a little generous on me, so I've got some room. So I tucked it all the way in, used a nice big chunky black belt to belt those pants. And of course I've added some nice big earrings here. Big earrings are the key when you are wearing a turtleneck sweater, because really, unless you are going to wear a pendant necklace, which is going to bring the attention down, by the way, you really need something big on your ears to draw the focus up. Now, I wouldn't wear an earring that hangs down onto the collar and just fusses with the collar, right? But a nice big chunky post of some kind like this one that I've worn here. And I can link these. I think these are from J. Crew. I'm not really sure. But those work so nicely. Now, to top this outfit, I decided to, let's stay with that black. And I've worn a black quilted coat from J. Crew. It does have a pretty corduroy collar, so that kind of ties into those pants. Doesn't have to, but it does. And you actually can't even cinch that little jacket at the waist with a toggle underneath. So you could do that, or you could leave it out. Either way works. I really love the way this pulls together for just a nice everyday look. Hey, by the way, speaking of those boots, those are Chelsea boots. And I know I'm going to get some questions. Hey, are Chelsea boots in style? I keep hearing they're not. You know what? Chelsea boots are classics. They are not going to get us out of style at all. Are they having a moment? No, they're not. They're not having a moment. Brown is having a moment. Loafers are having a moment. You know, leopard print is having a moment. Those are classics that are of the moment, so to speak. Chelsea boots are not of the moment, but they are a classic. So you certainly can wear them. The trick is to make sure that you style that classic in a modern outfit. And I think we've done that here with these ankle length corduroy jeans, and we've added that nice trending quilted jacket here. So we've brought them into 2025 really nicely. Those are our pullover sweater and jean combos. I hope that helps you as you begin wearing your sweater weather outfits. Now, of course, I did not style a cardigan, and I am wearing one today, so I thought I would just give myself a twirl up here and show you what I'm wearing. I'm still wearing those corduroy pants because they feel so good. I did not want to take them off, and I still have on those Chelsea boots because, like I said, we're going out in the messy weather in a little while, and I just thought, hey, these will really work. They have that lug sole and grippers and everything, so those are good for me. I have still belted the jeans, and I've added a plaid flannel shirt. This one's old, from Frank and Eileen from last year, and I am wearing my Jenni Kayne cardigan. I love this ribbed cardigan from Jenni Kayne, but I tell you what, I'm going to link you to the Jenni Kayne one down below, but I can also get you the link to one at Quince that looks just like this and is a fraction of the price, of course. So a really great sweater also. So I love the way this pulls together. If you need more help with cardigans, let me know, because we can talk cardigans some more in a different video if that would help you out. So let me know in the comments below if this was helpful. Let me know if you need to hear more about cardigans. And hey, let me know if there are any other things as we move in towards winter that you need some help with styling. I would love to be a service to you. Thanks so much for showing up today, ladies. I really, really appreciate you. You are so important to me, and it's such a pleasure to serve you. And I will see you next Wednesday. But hey, don't forget, do not put off taking care of that physical, that health need that you have. Be sure to go ahead and go through the link that is located below in the description box. Go through it. There it's ZocDoc.com/KAYHARMS, and you can, for free, schedule an appointment with a healthcare provider in your area, in your network, and in the specialty that you're looking for. Thanks to ZocDoc for sponsoring today's video, and thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye now.